Before we begin our journey with Cultastic, we want to remind all our listeners. This podcast is a creative and educational exercise. The scenarios and discussions presented here are purely fictional and theoretical, exploring the concept of cults in a controlled, imaginative context. This is not a real cult, nor do we advocate or support the creation of any such groups in reality. If you or someone you love might be involved in a real cult, or if you have concerns about potentially harmful group dynamics, it's important to seek help. Remember, understanding and awareness are key in recognizing and preventing the dangers of real cults. Stay informed, stay safe, and enjoy Cultastic as a thought-provoking exploration, not a guide to action.
In the dimly lit chamber of the Heavenly Haven commune, where the air was thick with incense and anticipation, the disciples gathered in hushed reverence. They awaited the words of their revered leader, John Featherbottom, whose presence commanded the room with an aura of solemn authority. As John Featherbottom ascended the pulpit, his gaze swept across the assembled congregation, his eyes alight with fervor and conviction. With a voice that resonated like thunder, yet held a soothing cadence, he began to speak.
My beloved disciples, we have journeyed together on a path of spiritual enlightenment, guided by the sacred tenets of our Heavenly Haven commune. Today, I stand before you to unveil the fifth tenet, a revelation that shall illuminate our souls and shape the destiny of our community.
The disciples leaned forward, their hearts aflutter with anticipation, as John Featherbottom continued to speak.
Tenet 5 is a sacred covenant between ourselves and the land upon which we tread. For too long have we taken for granted the bounties bestowed upon us by our true mother and father, the earth itself. It is time to rekindle our bond with the land, to honor it as the source of our sustenance and salvation.
A murmur of agreement rippled through the congregation as John Featherbottom's words struck a chord within their souls. For too long had they overlooked the land beneath their feet, heedless of its silent cries for reverence and respect.
With the unveiling of Tenet 5, we pledge ourselves to become stewards of the land, guardians of its sacred legacy. We shall till its soil with hands that are gentle yet firm, nurturing the seeds of abundance and prosperity. We shall tend to its forests, its rivers, and its mountains, preserving their beauty for generations yet unborn. But Tenet 5 is more than a mere pledge. It is a call to action, a clarion call to awaken the dormant spirit of stewardship within each and every one of us. For the land is not merely a passive entity to be exploited for our own gain, but a living, breathing organism that sustains us with its boundless generosity.
A fervent chorus of amen echoed through the chamber as the disciples embraced the sacred charge laid before them. They were ready to heed the call of Tenet 5, to embark on a journey of ecological stewardship and reverence for the land.
And let us not forget that our commitment to the land extends beyond mere physical stewardship. We must also strive to cultivate a spiritual connection with the earth, recognizing it as the embodiment of our true mother and father, the nurturing force that cradles us in its embrace.
The disciples bowed their heads in reverence, their hearts overflowing with gratitude for the wisdom bestowed upon them by their beloved leader. With Tenet 5 as their guiding light, they knew that they would forge a new path forward, one that honored the sacred bond between humanity and the land. As John Featherbottom descended from the pulpit, the chamber erupted into a cacophony of applause and adulation. The disciples rose to their feet, their spirits uplifted by the revelation of Tenet 5, and pledged themselves to its noble cause. And thus, with the unveiling of Tenet 5, the journey of the Heavenly Haven commune took on new meaning and purpose. For they had embraced their role as stewards of the land, guardians of its sacred legacy, and custodians of a future filled with hope and promise.
Curious about where this journey will take us? Subscribe to Cultastic, or How to Start a Cult, without really trying on your favorite podcast platform or at roguemedianetwork.com. Let's build this mission to save the people of Earth, week by unpredictable week.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Visit roguemedianetwork.com to find your new favorite podcast.